All right, so the economy isn't doing well. It's not that it's not doing well. It's doing horrendously terrible. Let's take a look.
Breaking news, as of now, 22 states are in an official recession. This means that for a vast portion of Americans, we are facing economic hardship. So don't let economists and Fox News reporters tell you we're fine, we're not in a recession, because we are and we have the data to prove it. Recession.
Okay, so first off, let me make sure if what she's telling me is true. All right, well, I guess that woman was telling the truth. The economist Mark Zandi says 22 states are already in a recession based off of two clear indicators. And this is how to protect yourself. So there's this article, and then there's this article. Are we in a recession? Yes, if you live in one of these 22 states, which I believe this is the article that she's going to be referencing. The Economic Times, the Great American Slowdown, nearly 9 in 10 live in states hit by recession. So yeah. And the last article, Axios, 22 states are in a recession or close to it. New analysis finds. Okay. And all of these articles were written between yesterday and the previous month, October. So things aren't looking good.
Is often characterized by lack of job opportunities as well as persistent economic hardship lasting more than a few months. Current estimates suggest that 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Many people are struggling to put food on the table each day. States currently in or on the brink of recession include Oregon, Georgia, and Illinois, where I currently live. There has been a significant decline in economic activity in these states that has lasted for more than a few months. The craziest thing is that the District of Columbia, or DC, the capital of the country, is one of the territories that's hit the hardest right now. But why? Largely because of Trump's economic plan and the tariffs. So many politicians are lying to us right now by saying that our economy is the greatest in the world, especially those on the right. And I want you to know right now that no, you're not crazy. Yes, the economy is worse. Yes, it is harder to get a job. And yes, it is because of the person who is in office right now, as well as.
Yeah, I mean, just recently we had about 150,000 jobs, or even more. We had a lot of them that were terminated, right? A lot of these companies are saying that this is under new restructuring efforts. Some people say that it's AI. Apparently it's not AI. I've been looking at some of the news, and some people are indicating, no, this is probably not AI. It's not the cause of AIs, because AI, although it is pretty efficient in some ways, it still lacks quality. So that's one of the reasons. And then of course the job report that was released about like a month ago or two, only about 22,000 jobs or even less than that were created, and that's not good. That is not good at all. And again, this is all under the same administration, okay? President Donald Trump is the one who's running all of this, and it has not improved. I also thought that this was pretty interesting because as an independent myself, I do feel like this. So take a listen.
Independents, 60, so 2/3 of independents think that Trump has made the economy worse. Those younger voters that David talked about, almost 2/3 as well. People of color, almost 3/4. Non-college voters, which is a key part of his coalition, very high also. And same with when you look at people making less than $50,000 a year.
Yeah, I'm an independent, and I know for a fact that Trump has made the economy a lot worse, especially because he's cut USDA. Like, we completely betrayed our farmers, which is why farmers, I don't know if you guys know, but like farmers are so upset with the current administration and what's going on with them. They're so upset because a lot of these programs depended on these farmers. According to these guys, we needed to make those cuts because they were unnecessary. I remember Elon Musk going on stage with a chainsaw, sawing the air, thinking that, yeah, we're making cuts, and just like cutting the air in half, thinking that, yeah, cuts are good. And I want you guys to take a look at this video, okay? These are people that are waiting for a food bank to give them some food. And as you guys know, food banks are running low on food because there's a very high demand and very little supplies. Take a look at this. I want you to take a look at this. Look at that. That is a row of cars. And by the way, no, they are not parked. Look at this, man. They're not waiting in line to get the new pair of Jordans. You guys are waiting in line to get food from the food bank. Look at that. That is, it's literally wrapping around the entire block. I can literally convince you guys, if it wasn't for these subtitles here on this video, I can literally convince you guys that these people are waiting to get into Anime Expo. But no, they're not, man. They're here waiting to get some food from the food bank. Well, now you're starting to see that the consequences are monumental, and everyone is suffering because of this. And I can only imagine, we haven't even gotten through the first year yet. If this doesn't improve within the next couple years, bro, we're gonna face disaster. That is inevitable.
The Republicans' new game plan after the blue wave that took place yesterday has been revealed. They're going to start lying to us about the state of the economy even more than they already were. Just take a look at what Howard Lutnick had to say. I challenge you. Try to watch this clip without laughing.
The economy is on fire because of Donald Trump's economy is one that says tariffs Come on, build in America. You know, the president's been saying north of $15 trillion coming to build in America.
Yeah, there's $15 trillion coming into the United States because of Donald Trump's tariffs, and I can fly. I don't know how anybody could possibly believe that. We all know it's false. It's been fact-checked multiple different times. Mark Zuckerberg was even caught on a hot mic admitting that he was making up numbers to make Trump look good.
So, yeah, listen, man, I don't know about all of this. I do know about that Mark Zuckerberg thing. That was pretty crazy. But what I will say, though, is that that's what Trump's plan was, to bring all of these companies to all of the American companies to come back and use American workers. But the thing is that when you use American workers, the products, they come out much more expensive. I know that a lot of people want to they want to eliminate immigrant workers because they're saying that they're taking jobs away from like real Americans. But the thing is that a lot of these Americans don't want to work the jobs. I mean, right now, none of these immigrants are showing up, but yet you don't see a line of Americans wanting to take those jobs. So to put it simply as to why citizens, American-born citizens, don't take these agricultural jobs, it's because U.S. citizens generally do not take agricultural jobs, primarily because of the difficult working conditions, physically demanding, exposure to extreme weather, potential for injury, combined with low wages, seasonality of work, lack of benefits, or career mobility. This makes the jobs an unappealing or non-viable option for most domestic workers. So there is no opportunity to move up if you end up taking one of these jobs. So this is the reason why lots of U.S. citizen-born folks, they don't take these jobs.
We have some breaking news right now. Terrible morning for the United States economy and the job market and the Trump administration as a whole. Job cuts for the month of October total 153,074 according to CNBC. That's a 183% surge from just September. 175% surge from October of last year. The highest level for any October since 2003.
Think about that, 150,000 plus jobs just gone. In 1 month, by the way. Now, obviously, you know, every month you're losing jobs, but in 1 month, 150,000, that's absolutely insane.
And the worst year for layoffs since 2009. This is the worst October that the United States economy has had in terms of job cuts since 2003. This is the worst year for the United States economy in terms of job cuts and layoffs since 2009. That's the year after the Great Recession. This is why Donald Trump is changing his tune on affordability. This is why we saw the results we saw on election night just 2 nights ago. Spread the word. Subscribe for free.
Yeah, so it's not looking good at all for the American administration. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these problems could have potentially been avoided if they wouldn't have made those cuts. But after making all of these cuts to USDA, by the way, if you guys don't know what that is, the term USDA program refers to a wide range of initiatives from the United States Department of Agriculture that support food, agriculture, rural development, and nutrition. Okay, key programs include rural home loans with no down payment, food and nutrition assistance like SNAP and WIC, loans and grants for farmers, and funding for rural infrastructure and business development. Okay, and also school lunches are definitely a part of that. So can you imagine, you know that single mothers are definitely suffering because of WIC. WIC was one of these programs that the USDA would fund. SNAP as well, as you guys know, there's a shortage of food and they can't get their hands on any more food. So that's why there's a lot of demand, but very little supply. And just in case you guys are skeptical and you guys are denying it, I asked the question, did Doge cut USDA? And it reads, yes, the Department of Government Efficiency has significantly cut programs and staff at the USDA through budget reductions and lease terminations. Yeah, man, this is what we're dealing with. And you guys are starting to see the manifestation of these cuts that occurred about a couple months ago. So yeah, guys, I just kind of wanted to talk about that, let you guys know what's going on. And yeah, man, it's pretty insane. You guys let me know what you guys think.